from Louisville Slugger Field. The Bats and the Memphis Redbirds. Final game of this series. No rain. That's a positive. The tarp off the field headed toward an on-time start, and I'd say the tone certainly set for this ball game here today. Game time temperature, it's a gorgeous day. It's turned into, well, it's a little overcast, but in terms of temperature, a perfect day to be outside. 75 degrees is our game time temperature. That brought to you by DFH Heating and Cooling, Louisville's locally owned and operated heating and cooling experts since 1935. If inside your home is not in the realm of today's game time temperature, be sure to give DFH a call. They can help you out with that. 502-968-6222. Bats getting ready to take the field. Right-hander Hunter Green will be on the hill for Louisville, making his 5th AAA start. And Green, a guy who formerly pitched in the Futures game, was a Futures game selection back in 2018. On this day of the Futures game here in 2021. First pitch from that is at 3 o'clock Eastern time in Denver. The Bats' Jose Barrero is in the starting lineup, by the way, today for the National League squad in that game. He is set to bat second and play shortstop. Nolan Gorman, a Memphis Redbird, is the third baseman and will bat third in that game for the NL. And Matthew Liberator, who started the series opener here in this set for Memphis, he will be on the hill for the National League squad at game's beginning. The other Reds farmhand involved, Nick Lodolo, is scheduled to be the 4th pitcher up for the NL in that game, the Chattanooga Lookout. So Green dazzled in his appearance there back in 2018. Last pitched 1 week ago in Nashville on the 4th of July, took the loss, allowed 5 runs on 6 hits over 4 innings, walked 4, struck out 2. The control, kind of the issue for him in that game last week. We'll see what he comes back with here in downtown Louisville, back home. This is just his 2nd start in this ballpark. He pitched here June 23rd against Indianapolis and pitched well. He pitched 5 shutout innings, started a 4-pitcher shutout for the Bats in that game of the Tribe. He goes to the hill here for just his 2nd time as a Bat. There's the throw down. We're set to go. Lane Thomas leads it off for Memphis, the right-handed batting center fielder. .250 on the year with 2 home runs and 7 runs batted in. 2 for 14 with a home run in this series. Entering the season, rated the number 9 prospect for the Cardinals, according to Baseball America. 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter in Game 2 of the doubleheader on Friday. Went 1 for 3 with a home run on the first pitch of the game in Game 1. Green peers over his glove. The right-hander winds. He brings the first pitch, and it is a strike on the outside corner. We roll at 103, game number 58 of this Bats baseball season. The first one in there at 97 from the Bats righty. Here's the 0-1. There's a swing and a line drive toward right center field. That gets down for a hit. Over to play it toward the alley on one hop is the right fielder Payton. Fires it in quickly. Thomas holds it first with a leadoff single.
Batting second, right fielder, number 32, Scott Hurst.
Leadoff man on for Scott Hurst, the right fielder, left-handed batter. 195 on the year with a home run and 7 RBIs. 2 for 12, a double and RBI in this series. It's 0 for 3 with a sac fly that put the Redbirds in front for good in the 8th inning of Game 2 of the doubleheader on Friday as he gave them a 2-1 lead. They went on to the 2-1 win. First pitch to him, swung on and missed on a fastball at 98, strike 1. And game last night was rained out between these two teams. This becomes a 5-game series. Bats have already secured the series now, having won 3 of the first 4 games. The doubleheader makeup will be Wednesday, July 21st. The Redbirds back in town the week after next, and it'll be a doubleheader on Wednesday. Swing and a foul ball straight back to the net. 0-2. That one in there at 99 from Green. Bats go all white uniforms today. White pants, white jerseys, red LB right chest, red numeral left chest, big red number on the back. The red caps with the Navy Bills. Turn and throw to first, and back standing is Thomas. He has stolen a bag in 2 tries with Memphis. Green wears the high Red Sox as well. Memphis gray pants, navy blue jerseys, the M logo right chest with the music notes, serving up with the sticks of the M, if you will, the two-tone numbers on the back. Here's a bouncing ball up the middle. In the shift, the shortstop Rodriguez flips to the second baseman De Leon on to first. That's a double play and the first 2 outs. In the shift, it goes 6-5-3 on the double play. Rodriguez to De Leon to Heineman. 2 outs for Ali Sanchez, the catcher. Right-handed batter, 270 on the year with 3 homers and 10 RBIs. His 9-game hitting streak came to an end in Game 1 of the doubleheader Friday. 4 for 12, a double in the series, was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in Game 1 of the Twin Bill. First one from Green. There's a swing and a high liner into left. He hits it right at the left fielder Malik Smith, who comes in a step to make the catch. And that ends the inning. 1 hit, nobody left. After a half, the Redbirds, nothing, and the Bats coming up. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. Bats Baseball brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Left-hander Zach Thompson to the hill for Memphis, the Kentucky Wildcat, the 23-year-old from Selma, Indiana. Rated the number 5 prospect entering the year for the Cardinals, according to Baseball America. First-round pick of St. Louis, number 19 overall, out of Kentucky back in 2019. This is his first full professional year. Here's T.J. Friedel to lead it off, left-handed batting center fielder. First pitch to Friedel, and it's a strike over the inside corner. Hitting .274 on the year, 5 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Reached base in 16 of 18. His 8-game hitting streak was snapped in Game 2 of the doubleheader on Friday. Pitch, line drive, right at the first baseman, Ascanio, who makes the catch for the first down. Friedel 4 for 15 coming in with an RBI in the series, retired his first time up. 1 gone for Scott Heineman. First baseman, right-handed batter, .259 on the year with a homer and 4 RBIs in 16 Louisville games. His 4-game hitting streak, 5-game on-base streak were snapped in Game 1 of the doubleheader on Friday as he was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. First pitch to him, roped down the left field line. That is a fair ball, and it bounces into the corner, and it bounces either into the seats or maybe up into the padding. It's a double, a ground rule double for Heineman, his 3rd Louisville double of the year. Good start to the game offensively there. And now Max Schrock, the left-handed hitting second baseman. 405 in 13 Louisville games, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. He's riding a 6-game hitting streak, has also hit in 7 of 8. Had a monster Game 1, 2 for 3 with a pair of homers on Friday. A solo shot in the first, a 2-run shot in the third. Pinch hit in Game 2 and came up with a single. 3 for 4 all told in the doubleheader. First one from Thompson, a big breaking ball that misses outside, ball 1. Schrock 7 for 12 with 2 homers and 4 ribbies in the set. Was his 2nd career multi-homer game and first since 2017. 1-0. Just off the plate away, 2 balls and no strikes. Ali Sanchez catches Zach Thompson. Raider Ascanio at first. Kramer Robertson at second. Evan Mendoza at short. Irving Lopez at third. Connor Capel in left. Lane Thomas in center. And Scott Hurst in right field today for the Redbirds. 2-0. Hit in the air, foul off the left side and onto the roof. It rolls down to the upper level for a souvenir. 2 balls and a strike. Heineman dancing off the bag at second. He runs well, 4 steals and 5 tries for the Bats. Mendoza, the shortstop, playing behind him to try to hold him close. A peek back at second by Thompson and a step off. He looks Heineman back to the bag. Travis Godek calling the balls and strikes here today. Tom West at first. David Arrieta, the crew chief, at third. The umpires brought to you by Dr. Mark Linden Associates, your official local eye care provider for the Louisville Bats. 2-1. Jam job popped up behind the plate. The catcher Sanchez straight behind the dish makes the catch for out number 2. That one ran in on the hands of Schrock, an off-speed pitch, and jammed him. 2-out batter, Mark Payton. right fielder, left-handed batter. 304 in 28 Louisville games with 4 homers and 12 knocked in. He's reached base in 15 of 17. Did go 0 for 3 with a strikeout in Game 2 of the doubleheader. But 7 for 15 with a homer and 2 RBIs in this series. Hitting in the cleanup spot for the 5th time with the bats this year. First pitch to him, swung on, hit high in the air to left. Moving toward the line is the left fielder Capel. He's there, and he makes the catch, and that ends the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the 2nd, no score. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. Second inning, no score. Hunter Green's first pitch to Connor Capel. Swung on, hit high in the air, back into deep right center. On the move, warning track. Payton looks up, and it's gone. Onto the Miller Lite party deck over the high wall in right center field, just to the left of the 375 marker. Home run for Capel, his team leading 6th of the year, his 2nd of this series, and he's given the Redbirds a 1-0 lead here in the 2nd.
Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 7, Evan Mendoza.
And now Evan Mendoza, the shortstop. Well, I was going to talk about it. Hunter Green got through the first inning, just 6 pitches, all strikes after issuing the 4 walks last Sunday in Nashville. First pitch swung on and missed. A fastball up in the zone at 97, got it by Mendoza, strike 1. 251 hitter, 6 doubles, 8 runs batted in. 5th home run allowed by Green with the bats first since his AAA debut at Omaha back on June 17th. He misses inside with an off-speed pitch, 1 ball and 1 strike. Mendoza went 0 for 3 in Game 1 of the doubleheader, is 1 for 6 with an RBI in the series. There's a swing and a miss and an off-speed pitch down. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2. In the dirt. Good slide over by Gale to keep it in front. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rocky Gale catches Hunter Green. Scott Heineman at first. Max Schrock at second. Alfredo Rodriguez at short. Michael DeLeon at third. Malik Smith in left. TJ Friedel in center. And Mark Payton in right field today for the Bats. Here's the 2-2. Bouncing ball up the middle. Rodriguez charging in. Gets a chest high hop. Throws on the run to first in time for the first down. 1 gone for Kramer Robertson, the second baseman. Right-handed batter. 248 on the year, 5 home runs, leads the team with 29 RBIs. He's reached base in 4 straight, 3 for 9 with a double in the series. A pinch hit double in Game 2 of the doubleheader Friday after starting Game 1 and going 0 for 2 with a walk, a run, and a couple of strikeouts. He takes a strike from Green. Robertson, the LSU Tiger. Here's the 0-1. Started 2, and on the slider down and away, did not go. 1 ball and 1 strike. Green wearing the long black sleeves out of the white jersey. The 1-1, a fastball inside just off the plate at 98. 2 balls and a strike. Pretty good Sunday afternoon crowd. Kids eat free today. They'll run the bases post-game as well. 2-1 foul to the net, back right of the dish, 2-2. Another fastball in there at 98. The Taco Luchador from Taco Luchador got into quite the skirmish with Buddy Bat after his first pitch out there. You may have seen that on social media. 2-2 check swing roller, slowly up the middle, charging Schrock, gloves, throws on the run in time. Nice charging play by Schrock. That just got past Green, who came off the mound to try to get it first base side and couldn't.
Batting 7th, the third baseman, number 8.
And Schrock able to make the play. 2 outs for Irving Lopez, the left-handed hitting third baseman. 211 on the year. He's doubled 5 times and driven in 6. 0 for 5 in this series. Started Game 2 of the doubleheader, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Also scored a run. First one from Green, and it's outside, ball 1. Hello to the International League Hall of Famer Jim Weber, the voice of the Toledo Mudhens. Checking out the game here. Mud Ducks don't play till 6. That pitch is low. 2 balls and no strikes. So Webley a chance to look in on us. They play at 6:05 Eastern in Omaha. The Mudhens. 2-0. Swung on and fouled back onto the roof above us. 2-1 on Lopez, and I believe Webb's still doing those games virtually. Nice of Omaha to play a 6:05 game for Toledo. It's 5:05 Central. We played an 8:05 getaway day game there. Bust home afterwards. 2-1. Lopez swings and lifts it foul off the left side. That drifts to the upper level of seats out of play. 2-2. Another off-speed offering from Green. He touched just over 104 on the radar gun in his AAA debut in Omaha back on the 17th of June. 2-2. Fastball at 99, misses high, full count. Don't remember a ton of triple-digit pitches his last outing in Nashville last Sunday, and don't think there's been one today. The payoff, line down the left field line, slicing toward the corner, and it slices into the seats foul. Still 3-2 on Lopez. .6'5", 230, Hunter Green, still only 21 years of age. Doesn't turn 22 until August 6th, just under a month. Another 3-2. Line back through the middle. Diving stop behind second or off the glove of Rodriguez. It rolls out into short center. A wide turn by Lopez, but he stops there. That came right back at Hunter Green, and then up the middle. Rodriguez dove after it, got the leather on it in the shift, was moving to his right, but it deflected off his glove and out into short center. A base hit for Lopez, the 3rd hit of the game for the Redbirds. And a 2-out base runner for Raider Ascanio, the first baseman. Right-handed hitter, 176 on the year. He's homered 5 times and driven in 11. 1 for 6 in this series, and he takes an off-speed pitch for a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1. That's down low. Slider, 1 ball and 1 strike. Green has not pitched a ton. Missed that entire 2019 year with a Tommy John surgery. Drafted in 17. The full year in, well, most of the year in 18. 1-1. That misses in. 2 balls and a strike. Missed all of 19. There was no minor league season last year, although he spent it at the alternate site for the Reds. Probably not quite the same as being involved in actual games. Began this year at Chattanooga, was lights out, and promoted to the bats on the 17th of June. Bouncing ball up the middle, took a bad hop over the glove of Schrock and into center. Racing for third is Lopez, and he takes it without a throw. That took a massive hop on Schrock back there behind the bag. We'll see how it's scored. But I think that was a bad bounce base hit. Lopez able to go first to third. They're at the corners with 2 outs for the pitcher, Zach Thompson. Bats him as he throws him from the left side. 2 for 6 with a triple and 3 RBIs this year and in his career at the plate. First one from Green, down and in. Good backhanded pick out of the dirt by Gale on a fastball at 98, ball 1. Oh, that's going to go as an error. So Ascanio runs it first on the error. The pitch, down and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Well, I beg your pardon. Ascanio runs it first on a fielder's choice. Lopez runs it third on the error. Here's a bouncing ball to second, played waist high by Schrock. His throw on to first is in time. And that ends the inning. A hit, an error, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Memphis after the home run from Connor Capel to begin this inning. 2 hits, an error, and 2 men left. 1-0 Memphis. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. Bottom of the second, 1-0. The Redbirds lead the Bats after the Connor Capel home run to start the second. Alfredo Rodriguez begins the home half, the shortstop. 249 hitter, a homer 17 knocked in. The lefty Thompson drop step, brings the first pitch. Rodriguez swings and it's a fly ball into right. Racing in and toward the line, the right fielder Hurst, and he can't get there. Has to play it on a bounce. Perfectly placed by Rodriguez along the line and right for the second Louisville hit of this game.
The third baseman, number 2, Michael DeLeon.
Leadoff man on for Michael DeLeon, the switch-hitting third baseman. He bats right against the lefty Thompson. 215 on the year, 4 homers, 17 runs batted in. Went 1 for 3 in Game 2 of the doubleheader Friday. Is 1 for 4 in this series. Has also come off the bench. Breaking ball misses down, ball 1. DeLeon, the high Red Sox look. Many of the bats do, as does Kevin Mahar, the Bats' third base coach and game planning coach, rolling through the signs over there at third. Normally he's number 29, but in this uniform combination, he's got number 51. That pitch down and in. DeLeon kind of teeter-totters out of the way of it. 2 balls and no strikes. Bats Baseball brought to you in part by Court Furniture. At home, in the office, or on campus, Court can handle all your furniture needs with stylish options, fast delivery, and excellent service. To learn more, visit Court.com at CORT.com. 2-0. Strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Thompson, a second-team All-SEC performer, and by several places named an All-American in 2019 for his performance at Kentucky. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Got it by DeLeon, 2-2. Mentioned the 19th overall pick of the 2019 draft of the Cardinals. So this is his first full professional season. Obviously went into short season, went to straight to high A Palm Beach after the GCL Cardinals. So to short season after signing, then to high A. He misses outside. Full count on DeLeon. But not a full year. Obviously, the draft then, not until June. Time called. But he doesn't have a lot of pro pitching experience, Thompson. Really good at UK as he misses high, ball 4 on DeLeon. The first 2 have reached for the Bats here in the second. Rodriguez to second base. 2 on for Rocky Gale, the catcher.
Number 5, Rocky Gale.
170 hitter, 3 doubles, 2 RBIs. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a sacrifice in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Gale catching Green. It's the 4th time in his 5 starts that Gale has been behind the plate when Hunter has pitched. Trying to come through with the bat. Bats trail 1-0 in the second. First pitch down low, ball 1. It was last Saturday at Nashville, Rocky Gale came through with a 2-run double in the 7th inning as the Bats scored 7 in the 7th and went on to beat the Sounds 7-3. Here's the 1-0. Line foul to the netting, far side of the Memphis dugout, first base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Thompson last year was at the alt site. So got some work in there, and probably a big reason being able to pitch to veterans and kind of be in that environment at the alternate training site, why they assigned him to AAA this year. 1-1. Strike over the inside corner, 1-2. An ERA of over 9. Obviously, some tough outings for Thompson over the course of the season, but they're hoping he can make a lot of growth pitching at this level against a lot of veteran hitters who have been around the block. Straight from high A to this. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball just off the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Sanchez bluffs a throw out to second. Rodriguez bluffing a go out there. Did not. Three seasons at UK for Thompson. 130 strikeouts as a junior, past James Paxton for the most by a lefty in Wildcats history. Certainly a decorated collegiate career. 2-2. Little liner into right field, base hit. On to play it quickly in short right is Hurst. Rodriguez given the stop sign at third, and that loads the bases. 3 straight have reached to begin the home second here for the Bats. Single by Rodriguez. He's at third. Walk to De Leon. He's at second. Single by Gale now, and he's at first. They're loaded up for Hunter Green with a chance to help his own cause, the Bats pitcher. Hitting in the 8th spot. Right-handed batter as well. 1 for 6 with a strikeout on the year at the plate with Louisville. 8 for 36, 2 doubles, a triple in his career. Had not hit since 2017 with Billings right after he was drafted before this season. First one to him. Down and in, a breaking ball. Good slide over by Sanchez to keep it in front of the dirt. Ball 1. We saw Green deliver a base hit to center his last time pitching last Sunday in Nashville. Time called. Out to the mound goes Sanchez, and the entire infield gets in on the meeting. Chance to remind you that the Bat staff and press box workers enjoyed lunch today from Bear Nose Pizza. Bear Nose serving up Louisville-style pizza. Big thanks to our friends at Bear Nose, George and the crew. Be sure to check them out down at Bear Nose by the bridge. A short walk or drive from Louisville Slugger Field. Always a hit on Sundays in the press box. Bear Nose taking care of us up here today. Green back in there, bases loaded, nobody out, 1-0 Memphis. But the Bats threatening here in the bottom of the second. Hunter Green a chance to help himself. The pitch. It misses up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Green with his first AAA hit last Sunday. Of course, coming out of high school, a two-way player, a two-way prospect, 2-0. Line foul to the netting above the Memphis dugout first base side, 2-1. And I think it's something he's been able to work on a little bit since arriving to Louisville. Not hitting this year at AA as they have in the past. I think a universal DH there this year, but still have pitchers hitting at AAA. And Green's been able to get back in the groove of it since joining this Bats team a little bit. There's a swing and a miss and a pitch elevated, and it's 2-2. And the Bats have had a good run of it with pitchers hitting all year and in this series. Michael Marriott with a home run on Tuesday as part of a 2-hit night. Bo Takahashi a base hit in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Riley O'Brien an RBI double in Game 1. Here's a 2-2. High chop towards short, charging the shortstop, looks home, but is only played to first. Pulls Ascanio off the bag, but applies the tag to Green. There's the first AAA RBI for Hunter Green as Mendoza throws him out 6-3, but Rodriguez scores from third, and this game is tied at 1. Well, that's a productive at bat from Green. Gets the RBI and moves the other 2 runners up. De Leon goes to third, Gale to second, 2 in scoring position with 1 out for the 9-hitter Malik Smith, the left fielder. Left-handed batter, 231 in 16 Louisville games, a double, 4 RBIs. He's reached in his last 4. The first pitch right in there for a called strike. 3 for 12, a double and RBI in this series for Smith. The leadoff man in Game 2 of the doubleheader was 0 for 3. Reached on an error, walked, hit into a double play, and struck out. 1 for 3, a pair of strikeouts, and a run scored in game 1 of the Twin Bill Friday. 0-1. Breaking ball down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, the rainout yesterday will be made up as part of a doubleheader July 21st, a Wednesday, the second day of the next series between these two teams in this ballpark, which will be in a couple of weeks. The week after next. 1-1. Fouled straight back to the net. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That is National Hot Dog Day, by the way. It'll be not only dollar hot dogs for the Tuesday day game between these two teams at 11 a.m. on the 20th, but then again for the Wednesday night games, as it were now, with a doubleheader. Time called. Infield drawn in here for Memphis. Bats have tied it. 1-1, bottom of the second, and now looking for the lead. Second and third with 1 out. Thompson. 1-2 to Smith. Bouncing ball, left side shortstop Fields. De Leon broke for the plate. The tag, he's out on a feet first slide. That was hit pretty hard at Mendoza. De Leon decided to break for the plate. He's out of the dish 6-2 for the second out of the inning. Gale goes to third. Smith runs at first on the fielder's choice. They're at the corners with 2 down. To the top of the order, and T.J. Friedel. He lined right at the first baseman back in the first. And if Thompson can get through this inning allowing just 1 run, he'll feel pretty darn good about that after the Bats had the bases loaded with nobody out. First one to Friedel. Shows bunt, pops the bunt up, charging, and a diving grab by the first baseman, Ascanio. What a catch. I think it may have been their only play. I don't think they'd have been able to get Friedel if he hadn't made the grab. Full extension. He landed hard on his stomach, but a great grab by Ascanio to end the inning. Bats get 1 to tie it. It's a 1-1 game as we go to the third on 790 KRD. Third inning, 1-1 game, the Bats and the Redbirds. Top of the order for Memphis, Lane Thomas single to center to start the game in the first. Both starting pitchers working through some issues in the second, allowing just 1 run, and that's where we are, 1 run apiece. First pitch to Thomas in for a strike. Off speed from Green. If you have a question or comment or criticism, grievance, whatever, you can email us, batsradio@batsbaseball.com. That's the email address. Pitch is low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's batsradio@batsbaseball.com. Any issues with Buddy Bat, whatever it may be, batsradio@batsbaseball.com. Thomas looks at a strike. Steady dose of off-speed pitches in this game so far from Green, and it's 1-2. The pitch, low, 2-2. We love to hear issues with Buddy Bat, if you have them. Two-two pitch. Called strike 3. Fastball at 99. First strikeout of the day for Hunter Green. Froze Thomas with the 99-mile-per-hour heat. And now Scott Hurst, the right fielder, hit into a 6-5-3 double play back in the first inning, 0 for 1. First one, and Hurst takes outside, ball 1. Looked like the changeup there from Green. 1-0, low and away at 99. 2 balls and no strikes. 99 indeed. Here's the pitch. That's low. And now 3 balls and no strikes. Hurst started to and did not go on the appeal to third. Pitch misses a little high, ball 4, and that's the first walk allowed by Green today. A 4-pitch walk to Hurst.
Ali Sanchez.
1 on, 1 out for Ali Sanchez. He lined to left in the first, 0 for 1. Sanchez on the Cardinals 40-man, 24 years old, Venezuelan native. Came over in a trade with the Mets. Spent time on the big league taxi squad as well. Spent most of the 2019 season in Double-A with Binghamton in the Mets organization. Throw to first and diving back in safely is Hurst. 4 steals and 6 tries for him. Not a stranger to this league. Also saw 21 games with Syracuse back in 2019. Played in 5 games in the big leagues with the Mets last year. Went 1 for 9 at the dish, his big league debut. Has played in 1 game with the Cardinals this year. Swing and a miss on a fastball elevated at 97. 0-1 on Sanchez. Came over in a trade back in February. Known as a great defensive catcher, but he's been really good at the plate as we talked about. 0-1, runner goes, swung on, hit in the air, down the right field line, slicing to the seats and out of play. About 4 or 5 rows behind the net, it climbs up further into the seats. Back to first goes Hurst. 0-2 on Sanchez. But had a 9-game hitting streak working before game 1 of that doubleheader Friday, and enters play today hitting .270. Long red sleeves. He takes low and away. A good pick out of the dirt on a backhand by Gale. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Set of the belt, 1-2 from Green. There's a swing, that one at 100, and it's skied foul. Off the right side and onto the roof. Rolls back. And it's snagged. Young man over there wearing a Kentucky shirt in the first row. Probably excited to see Zach Thompson on the hill today for Memphis. Turn and throw to first. Quick tag, and Hurst just got back. Hands long, and Heineman, as he swiped the tag, I think lost the ball. I don't think they would have gotten him anyway, but Heineman had that one drop right in front of the bag. New baseball here for Green. Futures game starts at 3. We mentioned it. Plus, new calendar for Major League Baseball. The draft is also tonight. It starts at 7. You know, all kinds of stuff going on. Hurst goes. Sanchez swings and fouls this one back. Another 100-mile-per-hour fastball. It rolls off the roof. Same group there in the first row. Going to get another foul ball. And the count holds at 1-2. We'll see who the Reds end up taking. We'll see who ends up going number 1. Henry Davis, the Louisville catcher. Louisville Cardinal in the mix. Thought of as a top 5 prospect. We'll see where he goes. Good luck to him tonight. 1-2. Just off the plate away. 2-2 on Sanchez. Of course, Jack Leiter from Vanderbilt, one of the highly touted college prospects. Kumar Rocker as well. The Reds have the 17th pick. Throw to first and back safely Hurst. Cardinals have the 18th pick, so the big league clubs of these two teams will be picking back-to-back. The Reds also have the 30th pick because of Trevor Bauer signing with the Dodgers. Here's a swing and a foul ball onto the roof. It skips up over the brick backing, down to the right. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Reds have not only the 17th pick, but the 30th pick, a compensation pick, and they get a competitive balance pick, number 35. So the Reds picking right up there, a number of high picks. There's called strike 3, a fastball at 101. Freezes Sanchez for out number 2. Second strikeout of the day and of the inning for Green.
Left fielder,
And the
number
2-out
19,
batter is Connor Capel. Homered to right center in the second for Memphis' lone run. Gave them a 1-0 lead at the time before the Bats got a run in the bottom of the second to tie it at 1. That's where we are now. Hit it onto the Miller Lite party deck. Hurst bluffs a go. Capel swings, grounds one through the left side into left field, base hit. Big turn by Hurst, but he slams on the brakes as Smith with a good one-hop throw into third. Capel's 2 for 2. Hurst to second, 2 on, 2 out for Evan Mendoza, the shortstop. Grounded to short in the second. He's 0 for 1. So all the All-Star festivities going on out in Denver. Futures game today, Home Run Derby tomorrow night. The All-Star game, of course, on Tuesday. Jesse Winker and Nick Castellanos of the Reds will be in the starting lineup. The Big League All-Star break starts after today. No Big League games tomorrow through Thursday. Reds will come out of the break at home with 3 more against the Brewers. First one to Mendoza, fastball at 99, in for a strike. But no All-Star break in the minor leagues, and there was going to be an All-Star break at the AAA level as Green steps off. Before the April portion of the schedule was canceled, there was an All-Star break built in, even though there's no AAA All-Star game. The 0-1, low at a Mendoza, 1 ball and 1 strike on a slider. But they took that away with April being canceled. They filled in those dates, so the Bats were originally going to go play, I believe, 4 in Nashville this week, Thursday to Sunday. Instead, they will play 6 because there is no All-Star break. Off day tomorrow, just normal business. Bouncing ball, rolling foul to the backstop, 1-2. And you can bet that a lot of guys down there were wishing there were an All-Star break. Not at this level, though, so I believe it was in 2018, the AAA All-Star break did not coincide with the Big League All-Star break. It was off by a week. So this will be the second time in recent memory where we'll be in action, the Bats will, while the Big League All-Star game going on. 1-2, just off the plate away. A fastball at 100 just missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Mendoza. Two on, 2 out. Green a strike away from working through the inning. 2-2 pitch. Low and outside, and the count full with Kramer Robertson waiting on deck. Mendoza waves the bat and waits. Green ready from the stretch. The payoff. Runners go, and it's outside. Ball 4. Came with a 3-2 slider, it looked like there. And that loads the bases. Hurst to third. Capel to second. Mendoza at first, loaded with 2 outs for Robertson, who grounded to second in the second, 0 for 1. Gale to the mound, getting together with Green. Travis Godek, the home plate umpire, out to break up the meeting. First mound visit charge to the Bats today. Here's the first one. Robertson takes a strike. Off speed. Mentioned Robertson, the son of Kim Mulkey, longtime Baylor women's basketball coach, the brand new women's hoops coach at LSU. She was in town on a recruiting visit, a big hoops event in town, AAU-wise. Fastball at 99, missed up and away, a ball and a strike. Girls AAU event, and Mulkey in town for that. Had a chance to stop by here a couple of nights ago and check out her son playing. He played collegiately at LSU, did Robertson. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a pop-up. Foul off of third, back right of the plate. Gale mask off, gives it a look, but it's about 5 rows in. Young man tried to make a two-handed catch. That had a lot of steam on it and kicked down into the rows in front of him. 1-2 on Robertson. Green, long look in here, now has the sign. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up. Down the line, foul ground, first base side Heineman. It's Gale, the catcher, in foul territory. He makes the catch, and that ends the inning. The Redbirds leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the third, tied at 1. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. Bottom of the third, tied at 1. The Bats and the Redbirds. Scott Heineman leads off the inning for the Bats, and he takes a strike over the inside corner. Heineman, ground rule double to left, his first time up in the first. One of 3 Bats hits in this game so far. He swings and lifts this one foul toward the upper level down to our right. Kicks in the seats. Oh, on one hop. Right-handed. Gentleman in the Reds cap hauls it in. Another one, that same section's getting all the foul balls on the upper level today. 0-2 on Heineman. Zach Thompson winds the 0-2 pitch. Heineman swings and skies one high in the air out into short right center. Back is the second baseman Robertson, and he makes the catch in short right center field for the first out. One gone for Max Schrock. Foul to the catcher in the first. He's 0 for 1. Work on your golf game away from the course. Today could be a good day to do that. Different Strokes Golf Centers. They feature PGA instruction. Different Strokes Golf Center, where better golf is the game. First one to Schrock, misses high, ball 1. Check some emails, batsradio@batsbaseball.com. The email address. Mary, our good friend from Crestwood, emailing in, said thanks for the podcast yesterday. Informative as well as entertaining. Glad you enjoyed those, Mary. Pitch is high, 2-0 with the lengthy delay before the game was officially rained out. Got a chance to play both parts, or about half of part 1 and most of part 2 of the broadcaster reunions we did last year in May. Here's a swing and a fly ball into left. In a couple of steps to left fielder Capel, now in a couple more, and he makes the catch. 2 gone. 2-out batter Mark Payton, who flied to left in the first. But those were incredibly cool to do and to listen to, and as they were happening, and glad you enjoyed those. And Jeff emailing in as well, batsradio@batsbaseball.com, said the things recounted yesterday, such as the mascot falling into the dugout during the delay, but the various people were just great. Those things could be lost forever if they are not somehow mentioned. Indeed, that's one of the cool things about getting all those folks together to share those stories. Thanks, Jeff and Mary. batsradio@batsbaseball.com. First one to Payton. Strike on the outside corner, and very appropriate to run those with the Redbirds in town. A lot of time with the Redbirds there. Greg Galliette, Jim Kelch, Todd Callis, Joe Buck. Strike on the outside edge, 0-2. That was part 1. And then Mark Neely, Dave Wilson, Kelchie, of course, Matt Andrews in part 2. A lot of history those guys have seen over the years. 0-2, just low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Buffalo did something similar during the heart of the pandemic last year, getting a lot of their current and former broadcasters together and stole the idea from them. It was really good and turned out well, and glad we're able to share them on the air here as well during delays or doubleheaders or whatever the case may be. 1-2, swing and a miss on a fastball up and in. Payton gone on strikes, and there's the first 1-2-3 inning of this game. It's turned in by Zach Thompson. We go to the 4th. Bats and Redbirds tied at 1 on 790 KRD. 4th inning, 1-1 game, the Bats and the Redbirds. Thanks for being with us on this Sunday afternoon. Kevin O'Neill in the studio. I'm Nick Curran in the GE Appliances press box at Louisville Slugger Field. The Bats a run on 3 hits. The Redbirds a run on 4 hits. Louisville's committed the game's lone error. Hunter Green back to the mound for his 4th inning of work. It's the bottom third of the Memphis batting order. Irving Lopez, an infield single, his first time up in the second. First pitch to him, high chop, right side, wide of the bag, played by the first baseman Heineman. Underhands to the covering green in time, and there's one out. One pitch, Lopez retired 3-1, and the one-out batter is Raider Ascanio. He reached on a fielder's choice in the second. 0 for 1 officially on the day. First pitch, inside on the hands. Ascanio almost let the bat go. A fastball at 96 missed in, ball 1. There's a strike, 1-1. A little Major League history today. The Marlins, righty Pablo Lopez, notably ejected after hitting Ronald Acuna Jr. in a game last week in the first inning. That pitch is down and in, 2-1. Has struck out 9 consecutive batters to begin a game. That's a Major League record against the Braves. Ascanio went around on a pitch down and away, a slider. He was out in front, couldn't hold up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And certainly hope Ronald Acuna Jr. wish him a speedy recovery out with that torn ACL. Heartbreaking to see one of the young stars in the game go down last night. Swing, fly ball right, back a couple of steps, the right fielder Payton, and he makes the catch. 2 outs. Heartbreaking to see anybody go down like that. Marlins lead the Braves, by the way, 3-0 in the bottom of the third. We'll get a full update on AAA East and big league scores in a bit. Here's the pitcher, Zach Thompson. He grounded to second in the second, 0 for 1 today. And after Thompson with the first 1-2-3 inning in the third, Green trying to match here in the fourth. He delivers outside, a fastball at 96, ball 1. The 1-0. Swing, high fly ball to left, drifting back the left fielder Smith, backpedaling, well shy of the warning track, makes the catch, and indeed the first 1-2-3 inning of the day turned in by Hunter Green. We go to the bottom of the fourth, tied at 1. Last of the fourth inning, Bats and Redbirds tied at 1. Alfredo Rodriguez singled and scored in the second. Scored the lone run for Louisville. He leads off the fourth. First pitch from Zach Thompson. Bounced foul, third base side. Two-handed by Kevin Mahar. Strike 1. Mahar walks over. Hands it to the young man there in the first row. Good stuff. Mahar, Indiana Hoosier on this bat staff. The 0-1. Hit in the air down the right field line, and it slices foul. Skips into the seats, the last section before what will become the tiered berm there in the right field corner. Looking nearly finished, just hitting the grass out there. All gravel right now. The 0-2. There's a swing and a high fly ball into right. Drifting back is the right fielder Hurst. Shy of the track, he makes the catch. 1 gone. The one-out batter, Michael DeLeon, who walked in the second. Novak Djokovic won the Gentlemen's Wimbledon Championship earlier. The first pitch down low to DeLeon, ball 1. Kind of a sports marvel, if you will, as it's a ground ball to third. Pretty hot shot. Played to a knee by Lopez. Gets up, his throw to first in time. DeLeon retired 5-3. 2 outs for Rocky Gale, who singled to right in the second. He's 1 for 1. Some 20 Grand Slam titles now for the Joker. Pretty incredible run. And seemingly always the antagonist for the crowd. No one ever seems to be really rooting for him. Congratulations to him. Bouncing ball to short, fielded by Mendoza, throw to first. That's a second straight 1-2-3 inning turned in by Thompson. He's retired now 8 straight bats. We go to the 5th, tied at 1. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. Extra large, extra value. Rolling Hills Apartments are proud to partner with the Louisville Bats. Looking for a new place to call home? Stop in today for your personalized tour of their beautiful community. Located just off Westport Road and Hurstbourne Lane in the east end of Louisville, Rolling Hills Apartments. 5th inning, Bats and Redbirds tied at 1. Top of the order for the Redbirds, Lane Thomas is 1 for 2. Singled in the first, struck out in the third. Hunter Green begins his 5th inning. First pitch to Thomas, swung on, skied in the air into short center. In comes TJ Friedel, the center fielder. He makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th. 1 gone for Scott Hurst. Has grounded into a double play and walked. Connor Thomas, the left-hander, beginning to throw now in the Memphis bullpen as the Kentucky Wildcats' Zach Thompson's day may be over. Let's check scores this half inning. We start with scores from around the AAA East on this Sunday. Green stares over the glove. Here's the first one to Hurst, and it's a 97-mile-per-hour fastball that misses outside. Ball 1. Top of the 4th inning in Moosic, Syracuse has a 4-2 lead over the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. 1-0. Swing, fly ball, center field. Racing back, Friedel still on the move, on the warning track to the right of the 4:05 marker. He does a little bunny hop to make the catch. Hurst did that well, but tried to take it out to the deepest part of the yard, and Friedel with room to go back and make the play. 2 outs for Ali Sanchez, who is lined to left and struck out. He's 0 for 2. Through 1 in Lawrenceville, Nashville 1, Gwinnett nothing. We're in the top of the 4th in Des Moines. The Iowa Cubs and the St. Paul Saints are scoreless. That's game 1 of a doubleheader. Game 2 to follow. Top of the 3rd in Allentown, Lehigh Valley a 2-0 lead over Worcester. Game still to come. 4:05 in Norfolk, the Tides and the Durham Bulls. First pitch inside to Sanchez, ball 1. 6:05 in Omaha, as mentioned, the Storm Chasers host Webley's Toledo Mud Hens. 6:35 in Jacksonville, the Jumbo Shrimp host the Charlotte Knights. Here's a fly ball down the left field line that hooks into the seats foul. 1-1 on Sanchez, turned on a fastball at 96. 2 games postponed in the league. Postponed in Columbus, the Clippers and the Indianapolis Indians. No makeup date set. Postponed in Rochester, the Red Wings and the Buffalo Bisons. They'll make it up as part of a doubleheader September 15th. Off speed inside to Sanchez, 2-1. Final day before the All-Star break in the big leagues, and they're just underway. Top of the 1st in Milwaukee. The Reds and the Brewers are scoreless. Pitch low, 3-1 on Sanchez. Tall order for the Reds today going against Brandon Woodruff, although Luis Castillo on the hill for the Reds, he's been throwing it really well. Elsewhere around the bigs, bottom of the 3rd in Baltimore, the Orioles a 2-0 lead over the White Sox. Here's a bouncer up the middle behind the second base bag, just past the diving Schrock and into center field. Base hit for Sanchez. That ball had eyes. Breaks a run of 6 straight retired by Green. 5th hit of the day for the Redbirds. And here's Connor Capel, who is 2 for 2. He homered in the 2nd, single to left in the 3rd. Solo shot has accounted for Memphis's run. Top of the 4th in New York, the Mets have a 5-0 lead over the Pirates. Bottom of the 4th in Tampa, the Blue Jays 3, the Rays 0. Here's the pitch. Capel swings and pops it up foul onto the roof to our left, strike 1. Top of the 4th inning at Fenway, the Phillies with a 2-1 lead over the Red Sox. Through 3 in Miami, the Marlins 4, the Braves 0. Bravos also hitless. Bottom 1 in Minnesota, the Twins and the Tigers scoreless. Just underway, top of the 1st in Houston, the Astros and the Yankees, no score. 0-1. There's a swing and a fly ball hit pretty well to right. Drifting back is Payton, shy of the track, reaches up, makes the catch, inning over. 1 hit, 1 left. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Bats and Redbirds tied at 1. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. Need credit? Try for the credit you need with Total Card Visa, designed for people with less than prime credit. Apply today at TotalCardVisa.com. Don't let a low credit score stop you. Step forward with Total Visa, TotalCardVisa.com. Apply now, TotalCardVisa.com. Bottom of the fifth, 1-1 game. New pitcher for the Redbirds. The left-hander Connor Thomas delivers to Hunter Green, who didn't mean to, but went around on a pitch down and away. Strike one. Thomas, the 22-year-old from Tifton, Georgia, Georgia Tech product, fifth-round pick of the Cardinals in 2019 out of Georgia Tech. One hop shot to the backing second baseman Robertson. Couldn't field it cleanly. Gets by into center field, and that has scored a base hit for Green. So he's 1 for 2 with an RBI ground out in the second. Went back on that ball and did Robertson, and just kind of a tough hop for him. The trajectory of that. There's the fourth hit of the day for the Bats, and here's Malik Smith, who reached on a fielder's choice in the second. He's 0 for 1. Zach Thompson, the Kentucky Wildcat, 4 innings, 3 hits, a run earned, a walk, a strikeout, 46 pitches, 31 for strikes. There's a strike, and now Thomas takes over. 3-0 with a 2.72 ERA. This is 8th appearance, 3rd in relief. Has allowed 32 hits in 36 in the third innings. Has walked 13, has struck out 30. Pitch, lined over the netting foul, upper level left side, 0-2. Thomas was originally slated to be the starting pitcher today for Memphis, but the shakeup after the rainout last night. Bats are doing something similar. Right-hander Ashton Godot throwing in the bullpen right now. He was supposed to be the bat starter last night. Green got the nod today, and Godot going to follow him, and looks like perhaps coming up in the sixth. Low and away to Smith. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rest of the big league scoreboard just about underway in Anaheim, or in Texas, the Rangers and the A's. In San Francisco, 4:05, the Giants with Kevin Gausman on the hill, the former Red, who's been absolutely stellar. They host the Nationals. 4:10 in L.A., Tony Gonsolin and the Dodgers welcome Merrill Kelly and the Diamondbacks. That's low and outside, off the glove of the catcher Sanchez. It rolls toward the backstop, and Green takes second. That might be a pass ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Smith. We'll see how it's scored. It is a pass ball. Pass ball moves Green to second. 4:10 in San Diego, Padres and the Rockies. 4:10 in Seattle, the Mariners host the Angels. They were postponed in Cleveland. The Indians and the Royals, they'll make it up September 20th. Smith started 2, did not go on a pitch low and away as they appeal to third and the count full. Also postponed today at Wrigley, the Cubs and the Cardinals, they'll make it up on September 24th. All-Star break starting a little early for the Royals, Indians, Cardinals, and Cubs. Time called. Smith backs out. Everything around the AAA East and the big leagues on this Sunday. 1-1 here, the bats of the Memphis Redbirds. 3-2 to Smith. 1 hop to third, charging into play at the third baseman Lopez. Checks Green back to the bag at second and throws to first in time to get the speedy Smith. There's 1 out. Green holding at second. To the top of the order now, and T.J. Friedel.
T.J. Friedel.
Line to first in the first, popped a bunt up. It was a great diving catch by the first baseman Ascanio in the second. If Ascanio had not made that play, it would have scored a run. There was a man at third. They would not have been able to get Friedel at first. It was a spectacular catch. Lefty on lefty. Thomas' first pitch, a strike on the outside corner to Friedel. Final game of what was originally scheduled to be a 6-game series, now a 5-game series after the rainout last night. Bats have already secured their 3rd straight home series win and their 3rd straight non-losing series overall. Played very well going back to about mid-June. The pitch Friedel off the bat handle, pops it up foul to the upper level, just off to our left. First row of seats. 0-2. Oh, 2. Low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2. That's low. 2-2 on Friedel. Mentioned Thomas. 5th round pick of the Cardinals in 2019 out of Georgia Tech. Kind of the same boat as Thompson. Not a lot of professional time. This is just his first full minor league season. Made 15 appearances, 4 starts in 19 after he was drafted between the Penn League and Low A. Fly ball into right, drifting back, and under it is the right fielder Hurst. He makes the catch. Green holds at second, and Hurst for fun unleashes a strike to third base. No thoughts of going there from Green. And now with 2 outs, here's Scott Heineman. Heineman 1 for 2 with a ground rule double back in the first. He popped to second in the third. Peoria Low A, 2-1 with a 3.62 ERA and 10 appearances, 2 starts in 19 for Thomas. And he was not at the alternate training site last year like Thompson was. Thomas was not there. Pitch to Heineman, bounce foul, third base side, strike 1. So I'm sure a challenge for him to try to stay in shape over the course of last year with no season. And now his first full professional year this year off of, I'm sure, a year in which he was kind of piecing it together to get work in last year. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Heineman chases down low. No balls and 2 strikes. Lefty on a right-handed batter. Thomas a strike away from working around the leadoff Green single. Oh, 2. Oh, that hit him. Came low at Heineman and hit him. Looked like maybe right on that shin guard on his front leg. Heineman on base for the second time today. And now 2 on with 2 out for Max Schrock, who is fouled out and flied out. 0 for 2. Lefty on lefty. First pitch low and outside, ball 1. Thomas last pitch Sunday against Jacksonville, made the start, pitched incredible. 7 shutout innings, allowed just a hit, walked 1 and struck out 4. Started the year at Double-A Springfield, promoted to Memphis on May 25th. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1 on Schrock. So a fast riser indeed through this Cardinals organization after being drafted out of Georgia Tech. Not listed among their top 40 prospects going into the year in Baseball America. He delivers a strike on the outside corner, 1-2. But certainly a guy highly thought of. How quickly he's risen. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball down. Schrock gone on strikes, and that ends the inning. A hit, 2 men left. On to the 6th, still tied at 1. 6th inning, 1-1 game. The bats and the Redbirds, and the bats called the bullpen. Brought to you by Match Cigar Bars. The new pitcher is the right-hander Ashton Godot, the 28-year-old from Newport, Arkansas. On the Reds' 40-man, he's on to work. Was slated to be last night's starter for the bats with the game rained out, coming out of the bullpen today. Hunter Green, 5 innings, 5 hits, a run earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, allowed the homer for the lone run. 77 pitches, 46 strikes. All in all, a good day for him. Godot's first pitch to Evan Mendoza. Swung on, hit high in the air into center. Drifting in is the center fielder Friedel. He's there. He makes the catch. Godot, one pitch, one out. Mendoza now 0 for 2 with a walk. Here's Kramer Robertson. 0 for 2, a ground out and a foul out. Godot, 1-1 in 5 appearances, 3 starts with Louisville, a 5.50 ERA. Last Sunday in Nashville, also pitched in relief of Green. First one to Robertson, shows bunt, pulls it back and takes a strike. Pitched 2 innings, allowed 3 runs on 3 hits. Didn't walk a batter, struck out 1. Robertson takes a strike, 0-2. Godot has been up and back to the Reds a number of times this year. In total has pitched in 5 games for Cincinnati. An ERA of 5 or of 4 over 5 appearances. Slow bouncer to short, charging Rodriguez. Fields throws on the move in time. Robertson retired 6-3. And the 2-out batter is Irving Lopez, who is 1 for 2. Godot optioned back to this Louisville team on July 2nd, just over a week ago. Claimed off waivers from the Rockies back on May 2nd, an option to this Louisville team. First pitch up and away, ball 1 on Lopez, righty on left-handed batter. Began the year with the bats, was recalled to Cincinnati on the 21st of May, optioned back a week later. Recalled again about a week later on June 5th. Swing and a pop-up foul. Racing back Gale, but it is into the seats on the lower level. 1 ball and 1 strike. Was in the big leagues for 2 weeks that time, optioned back on the 19th of June. 11 days later on the 30th, recalled again. And on July 2nd, optioned back. His other big league time with Tacoma back in his other AAA time with Tacoma back in 2018. Here's a line drive down the left field line. That is a fair ball. It bounces into the corner. Back to dig it out is Smith. On his way to second is Lopez, and he is in with a stand-up double. 6th double of the year for Irving Lopez, and his 2nd hit today.
First baseman number 13, Raider Ascanio.
And with 2 outs, here's Raider Ascanio. Ascanio has reached on a fielder's choice, has flied to right. He's 0 for 2. First pitch. That's in for a strike. Godot had been primarily a reliever over the course of his career until 2016. 27 appearances that year, 22 starts, but then was mostly back out of the bullpen through 17. Split the time in 18, 32 appearances, 14 starts. That pitch is up. 1 ball and 1 strike. With Tacoma in 18, 1-5 with an 8.20 ERA. His only other AAA time before this year. That came in 20 appearances, 2 starts. And then moved back to primarily being a starter a couple of years ago with the Rockies in Double-A with Hartford and was stellar. 3-3 with a 2.07 ERA and 16 starts. Delivers a strike on the outside corner. Righty on righty here. 1-2 on Ascanio. Last year, broke into the big leagues for the first time. Made 4 relief appearances for the Rockies. And then, as mentioned, claimed off waivers by the Reds in May. Been mostly a starter with Louisville, a reliever in the big leagues. 1-2, swung on and fouled back to the netting, and the count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. 6'6", 220 Godot has a really good look in terms of a frame for a pitcher out there. Much like the bat starter today in Hunter Green, who stands at 6'5", 230. Godot trying to pitch around the 2-out double. One, 2 to Ascanio. Breaking ball misses low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Off day tomorrow around the league, of course, every Monday off in the league this year. Bats begin a 6-game series with the Nashville Sounds. Just like last week, right back to Nashville this upcoming week. Tuesday through Sunday against Nashville. 8:05 the first 5 days, Tuesday through Saturday. 7:15 in the windup Sunday. 2-2 just low and a full count on Ascanio. And then the Bats back home to play Memphis again back here. A lot of the Volunteers stayed in the month of July. Payoff pitch. Ascanio swings and pops it up, high in the air, short right. Out goes Heineman, the first baseman, along the line, drifting back into fair territory along the line. He makes the catch, and that ends the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We move to the bottom of the 6th. Bats and Redbirds still tied at 1 on 790 KRD. Mark Payton leads off the bottom of the 6th for the Bats. Louisville and Memphis tied at 1. Connor Thomas worked a scoreless 5th, back on for the 6th. First one to Payton, lefty on lefty, and it's in for a strike. Payton 0 for 2, is flied out and struck out, and there's a liner caught by the third baseman Lopez. Payton hit that pretty hard, but right at Lopez. That's the first out of the inning. 1 gone for Alfredo Rodriguez. 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the 2nd. First pitch, down low to Rodriguez, ball 1. There's a big swing and a miss. 1-1. One pitch. Chop toward third, waiting on it Lopez. Fields head high, throws to first, pulled the first baseman Ascanio off the bag, but able to apply the tag to Rodriguez on the way by. He's retired 5-3, 2 outs for Michael DeLeon. Has walked and grounded out, 0 for 1 officially. He'll continue to bat right, the switch hitter against the lefty Thomas. First pitch, a strike to DeLeon. Foul to the net, back right of the plate. 0-2. DeLeon in a 2-strike hole. Sun shining through here. A little blue sky overhead. Good to see it. 0-2. Oh, down and in. That almost hit him. Able to lift the leg and stay out of the way. DeLeon, a ball and 2 strikes. Memphis will enjoy the off day tomorrow. They head home to host Norfolk for 6, beginning on Tuesday. Chop left of the mound. Thomas off the hill. Gloves it. Plants. Fires in time. Nice play by the Memphis pitcher, Thomas. DeLeon retired 1-3, and that's a 1-2-3-6 for the lefty. We go to the 7th. Bats and the Redbirds still tied at 1. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Bats and Major League Baseball and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Bats and Major League Baseball is prohibited. 7th inning, Bats and Redbirds tied at 1. Connor Thomas, Memphis pitcher, leads off the frame, and he looks at a strike over the inside corner. Bats him as he throws him from the left side. Cadeau's 0-1. Strike called, 0-2. A breaking ball. Each team scored a second inning run. Home run from Connor Capel to start the second for Memphis to put them in front 1-0. 0-2, low and outside, 1-2. Then in the bottom of the second, it was an RBI Hunter Green ground out. With the bases loaded, they got the bats on the board, and that's where we are. That's all the scoring in the game, 1-1. We're in the seventh, the 1-2. Thomas takes a fastball high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wind starting to pick up a little bit left to right across Louisville Slugger Field off the Ohio River. 2-2. Low, and the count now full. The top of the order, and Lane Thomas waiting on deck. Godot peers over the glove, winds and brings the payoff, and it's swung on and fouled back to the net. Good swing on that from Thomas, and the count holds 3-2. Thomas 1 for 9 this year and in his career at the plate. He chops this one to first. Heineman waits on the second bounce. Fields head high. Feeds underhand to the covering Godot. And Thomas retired 3-1 for the first out. Top of the order in Lane Thomas, who is 1 for 3. Single, strikeout, fly out his day.
Lane Thomas.
Lane and Connor, no relation. Righty on righty here. First one. Thomas is in for a strike. The 0-1. There's a swing and a high fly ball down the left field line, racing over Smith, still on the move, gets to it on the grass just before the warning track in the corner. Makes the grab, and there are 2 outs. Long run from Alex Smith. Able to track it down, and the 2-out batter is Scott Hurst. Has grounded into a double play, has walked, and has flied out. Officially 0 for 2. Godot trying for a 1-2-3 frame to match what his opposite number did in the 6th. First pitch, up and away, a fastball, ball 1. Righty on left-handed batter. Bats after the doubleheader split here on Friday. A game over 500 at home, 14-13. Godot misses outside, 2-0. Over 500 at home for the first time since they were 2-1 in this ballpark back in 2019, very early in the season. 2-0. In there for a strike, 2-1. And they've been rolling pretty well anywhere of late. Their 3rd straight home series win, 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good looking offering there from Godot, 2-2. Heard PK talk about how the offense kind of has come around more and more. Hitting just shy of 240 as a team entering play here today. 2-2, up high with a fastball, and the count full. Pitching has continued to be solid for this club. Entering the day, the bats with the 7th best team ERA in the league of 4.24, 7th of 20 teams. Payoff pitch. Bouncing ball into the shift right side. Cutting over is Rodriguez, the shortstop, to his left to field it and throw to first. Hurst retired 6-3. A 1-2-3 frame for Ashton Godot. Stretch time at Louisville Slugger Field. Bats 1, Redbirds 1. Bottom of the 7th, still tied at 1. First pitch strike from Connor Thomas on to Rocky Gale. Bottom 3rd of the batting order for the Bats. Lefty on right-handed batter. Gale 1 for 2. The pitch swung on and missed as he chased one down and away. No balls and 2 strikes. Run 6 hits for the Redbirds. A run 4 hits for the Bats. Louisville's committed the game's only error. 0-2. Just off the plate outside with a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's turned into a very nice day. Some blue sky is broken overhead. The 1-2 away. 2-2. Yesterday wasn't quite the washout that was being called for going into the day, but The rain came at just the wrong time, as it were, for us to be able to have a game last night. 2-2. Swung on, hit in the air, along the right field line. Could be trouble. Along the line it is. The right fielder in, just in fair territory. Hurst able to get there and make the catch. First out of the inning, and here is the pitcher, Godot. His first at bat of the game. Bats him as he throws him from the right side. Godot, having spent a lot of his career in the Mariners organization, limited trips to the plate. Swings with the first one and chops it foul. Back left of the dish, strike one. On the year with the bats, he is 1 for 5. And in his career, 2 for 14 with an RBI. He watches that one come in for a strike, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase that one down and in. 2 outs. Second strikeout for Thomas, and this is third inning of work. 3 on the day for Memphis pitching. And the 2-out batter is Malix Smith. Has reached on a fielder's choice and has grounded to third. Lefty on lefty, and Thomas trying to make it a second straight 1-2-3 frame. First pitch to Smith, lifted foul off the left side. Onto the roof, strike one. Futures game getting underway in just a few minutes on MLB Network. The pitch inside, 1-1. AL versus NL. Jose Barrero in the starting lineup for the NL squad. The bat shortstop. Good luck to him. 1-1. Check swing. Smith did not go on a pitch down on the appeal to third. 2-1. Nolan Gorman hitting right behind Barrero as a starting third baseman for the NL team. From this Memphis team, Matthew Liberator starting the game, the Memphis Redbirds lefty. Opponents earlier in the week, teammates today at the Futures game. Slow roller up the middle, ranging to his right, backhanded by Robertson. Low throw, gets by the first baseman Ascanio, and that's an infield single for Smith, who runs very well. Good effort by Robertson, ranging behind second just to be able to backhand that ball. But moving away from the bag, couldn't get a lot on the throw. And not sure they'd have been able to get Smith anyway. His first hit of the day, a 2-out base runner. 5th hit of the game for the Bats. To the top of the order, and TJ Friedl, 0 for 3 on the day. Flying to right his last time in the 5th. Lefty on lefty. Good lead from Smith at first. The throw over there, and he gets back standing in front of the Ascanio tag. Smith will inch that lead away. He gets every millimeter he can get off of first base. Always grabs the attention of a pitcher. The first one to Friedl, misses high, ball 1. Smith with the bats this year in 16 games, 4 steals and 6 tries. Steps the lead off once more, held on by Ascanio. The 1-0 pitch. Friedl swings and tips it foul at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Friedl met with several members of the local media yesterday afternoon to talk about his season. Leads the Bats in a number of offensive categories. Homers, tied for the team lead in doubles, triples. Has been solid throughout the year. Throw to first, Smith back standing, and also the third cousin, as he told the media, of John Calipari. Speaking of the University of Kentucky, the Cats head basketball coach on the men's side. Throw to first, and again Smith back standing. After Friedl's walk-off the other night, Cal quote tweeted a tweet from Hayes Gardner of the Courier-Journal and said, He intends to get out here and see TJ play one of these days. 1-1, Smith takes off, Friedel swings, fly ball, hit well back to right center on the move. The center fielder, Thomas at the wall, makes the catch. Leaping just in front of the Slugger Museum sign, the high wall in right center. He hauls it in. Friedel just missed, putting the bats in front, and the inning is over. A hit, a man left. We go to the 8th, tied at 1. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. The Bats Care program is set up to help those who are less fortunate within our community, giving them the chance to attend a Bats game at Louisville Slugger Field. The Bats thank this year's partners, Meyer, Pepsi, and Interstate Batteries. 8th inning, Bats and Redbirds tied at 1. First pitch down low from Ashton Godot to Ali Sanchez, ball 1. Sanchez 1 for 3, single to center his last time up in the 5th. He's also struck out today. Godot beginning his 3rd inning of work, the 1-0. That is lined into left field. Base hit, rolling toward the corner. Smith racing over. It rolls to the wall. Smith to pick it up. Sanchez slows almost to a walk as he cruises into second with a double. His 2nd hit of the day, his 6th double of the year.
Left fielder, number 19.
And the go-ahead run into scoring position to begin the 8th for the Redbirds. Here's Connor Capel. 2 for 3, homered back in the 2nd. He flied to right his last time in the 5th. Responsible for the lone Memphis run in this game. And there is also action in the Redbirds bullpen. The righty Brandon Dixon getting loose. First pitch grounded to first by Capel. To Anita Pickett Heineman gets up, steps on the bag, 1 out. Capel retired, but he does move Sanchez to 3rd. The go-ahead run 90 feet away with 1 out for Evan Mendoza. Round out, walk, fly out his day, officially 0 for 2. So Brandon Dixon, the 36-year-old veteran, loosening in the Redbirds bullpen. Seems eminent he'll be in the home half of the 8th. First one to Mendoza is low, ball 1. Righty on righty, bats bring the infield in a tie game. Memphis with a go-ahead run at 3rd and 1 out. The 1-0. Strike over the inside corner, 1-1. Still kind of surreal to talk about the Redbirds playing against the Bats. The Bats were the Redbirds for so many years. A lot of us from this area grew up, of course, going to those Redbirds games at Cardinal Stadium. The 1-1 in the dirt, a good slide over by Gale to keep it in front. 2 balls and a strike. A lot of great memories from the AstroTurf and such over there. And from the Stadium Club bar, as you heard yesterday on the broadcaster Zooms. 2-1. Up high with a fastball. 3-1 on Mendoza, with Kramer Robertson waiting on deck. Three-one pitch. Lifted in the air, foul off the right side and onto the green roof. It kicks off down toward the concourse. Full count. Godot has run out the string on Mendoza. Big pitch coming here. Right-hander works from the stretch. He's set chest high, the payoff. A little looping liner into right, a base hit. In to score from 3rd is Sanchez, and the Redbirds have taken a 2-1 lead here in the 8th. Mendoza just flipped the bat out there, and it flipped into right field. His 9th RBI of the year to put the Redbirds back in front. That's tough. The infield in. If the infield was not in, it would have been a looping liner caught by the second baseman. Throw to first, and Mendoza dives back in safely. But Mendoza taking advantage of the situation. Kind of a rear end out swing there and just flipped it into right. Actually under the dirt of the infield before it rolled into right. Here's Kramer Robertson 0 for 3. Righty on righty. Godot turns and throws over again, and again Mendoza able to get the left hand back to the bag. Mendoza 9 steals in 10 tries on the year with Memphis. The pitch. Robertson takes a breaking ball for a strike. Redbirds have finally broken through, and we've talked about it. So many close games between these two teams this year. Memphis won 4 of 6 the first series in May. The 0-1, Robertson started 2 on a pitch elevated, but laid off. Went to his knees to avoid bringing the bat around there on the appeal to first. He did not go. A ball and a strike. But there were 4 straight one-run games in that series. The Bats won the first game of the set in 11, and then Memphis won 4 in a row. 4 straight one-run games, and 3 of them walk-off Memphis wins. Turn and throw to first, and again, Mendoza dives back in safely. 8 of the 10 games between these two teams coming into today have been decided by 2 or fewer runs. 6 of them by a 1 run. This one's shaping up to be of that ilk. 1-1. Bluffing a go that time Mendoza, and Robertson takes a strike. 1-2. Bats had a walk-off win earlier in this series. It was off the bat of Friedel back on Wednesday. Friday, a 2-run win in Game 1, a 1-run loss in Game 2 in extras. 1-2. Robertson takes, and the breaking ball misses just outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Mendoza bluffed to go. Didn't seem to get a huge reaction from Godot out there on the mound. Maybe trying to test it out. We'll see. Not a big lead at all, though, at first. Held on by Heineman, turn and a throw over, and he steps back onto the bag. Inches the lead a little further off this time. I think Mendoza knew Godot was going to throw over there and only took a step and a half off. Now he's got a bigger lead. Here's the 2-2, not going. Robertson swings and pops it up foul, out of play. Onto the roof, just down to our right. It kicks off the stairs and down below. Nobody got it on the upper level. It landed down right in front of us and then on down to the lower level of seats. Somebody corralled it down there out of our view. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a fly ball hit into short right. In comes the right fielder, Payton. He makes the catch. Mendoza kind of took off on that pitch, scampers back to first. 2 outs for Irving Lopez. Lopez has had a nice day at the plate. He's 2 for 3. He doubled to left his last time up in the 6th. Righty against left-handed batter. The double did come off of Godot. First pitch, this time Mendoza goes, a swing and a miss. Gales throw down, the tag, not in time. Oh, Rodriguez tried to sell it. He started to sprint off the field. A quick conversation with a third base umpire, David Arrieta, out there covering that. That looked like the right call. Looked like he slid in and beat the tag. Really good throw from Gale, but a good jump for Mendoza. His 10th steal in 11 tries with the Redbirds. I think that was the right call. Looking at the replay, I think he got the foot in. But a really nice throw and a quick tag there by Rodriguez. He's shifted around just to the first base side of second, right behind the bag, the shortstop. The 0-1, that's down low. 1 ball and 1 strike on Lopez. Cadeau trying to get through this inning, keep it at a 1-run deficit. But as well as this Louisville offense has been swinging it, we've got a good part of the order coming up. 1-1. Swing, fly ball, left center field. Nobody's going to get to that. It's played on 1 bounce. Look out for the center fielder, Friedel. Around third is Mendoza. He scores. An RBI single for Irving Lopez, his 3rd hit of the day and his 7th RBI of the year. And he's given the Redbirds a 3-1 lead here in the 8th. And almost a collision between Friedel and Malik Smith out there in left center. Smith kind of had to bunny hop around Friedel as he was going to play that ball on a bounce in left center to avoid running into him. Here's Raider Ascanio, 0 for 3. Righty on righty, first one from Godot, and it's low and outside, ball 1. Clint Coulter on deck to hit in the pitcher spot for Memphis. 1-0. Line drive past the outstretched glove of Heineman and along the right field line. Over to backhanded in the corner is Payton. Shy of the wall. A 2-hopper into the cutoff Heineman. Lopez easily able to go first to third. Ascanio with his first hit of the day. 4th hit of the inning for the Redbirds. And they're at the corners with 2 outs and 2 runs in for the pinch hitter, Clint Coulter.
Ladies and gentlemen, batting for the pitcher will be number 40, Clint Coulter.
Coulter listed as a catcher on this Memphis roster, although we've seen him in the outfield. Right-handed batter, time called. Here's Seth Etherton, the Bats pitching coach, walking out to the mound to get together with his pitcher and catcher. Meanwhile, activity gets underway in the Louisville bullpen as right-hander Edgar Garcia begins the throw. Coulter 208 on the year in 14 games, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. 3 of his 5 Memphis hits have been homers. He started both games of the doubleheader on Friday. Started both in right field, was 0 for 3 in game 1, went 1 for 3 with an infield hit in game 2. He bats with runners at the corners, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 8th. The Redbirds have plated 2 to take a 3-1 lead over the Bats. They have 4 hits in the inning and now 10 in the game. Righty on righty, first one to Coulter. Breaking ball, grounded foul, third base side. It bangs off the sidewall of the Bats bullpen. Strike 1, and that might have been an error on the bullpen protector. That's Tim Adelman down there protecting the bullpen, and that one got by him on the ricochet. Double-barreled action now in the Louisville bullpen. 0-1. Coulter started 2. Did he lay off? He did on the appeal to first on a pitch down, 1-1. So the righty Edgar Garcia throwing for the Bats. The lefty Philip Deal joins him in throwing. The righty Dixon stands at the ready in the Memphis bullpen. One. Just low with a breaking ball from Godot. 2 balls and a strike. Two-one. Swing and a miss. Off speed. Coulter out in front. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Godot trying to send this game on to the bottom of the 8th. Righty set, chest high, and the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball, and that ends the inning. Redbirds get 2 and they leave 2. Headed to the bottom of the 8th. Memphis 3, Louisville 1. Bottom of the 8th, 3-1 is the Memphis lead over the Bats after 2 runs in the top of the inning. New pitcher for the Redbirds, the right-hander Brandon Dixon, the 36-year-old from Deatsville, Alabama. His first one to Scott Heineman, off speed and down. Heineman didn't mean to, but went around, strike 1. Heineman 1 for 2, a ground rule double in the first, was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Dixon is the 3rd Memphis pitcher of the day. 0-1. Heineman takes low, a ball and a strike. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Campbellsville University, Louisville. Connor Thomas, 3 scoreless innings, allowed 2 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts, hit a batter. He leaves in line to win it. 1-1. Bouncing ball up the middle. It takes a big hop into center field. Base hit for Heineman. Robertson ranging that way. That last hop was a big one and kicked right on by him into center field. Second hit of the afternoon for Heineman. His 3rd time on base. Leadoff man aboard for Max Schrock. 0 for 3. Foul out, fly out, strikeout. Righty against left-handed batter here. Dixon, the veteran, a former St. Louis Cardinal and former Memphis Redbird, now back with his team. Pitched with the Cardinals in 2011 and 12, 8 appearances over those couple of years. Schrock swings to the first pitch, a high hop foul, played in foul territory by Ascanio, the first baseman, strike 1. Made 77 appearances with his Memphis team, 75 starts between 2010 and 2012. Never had an ERA above 4. Pretty impressive run. This season, making his 5th Memphis appearance. No wins, no losses, a 7.36 ERA. The pitch, line drive, right center field, base hit. Over to play it in the alley, the center fielder Thomas. Schrock stops at first. The throw gets through the infield. Lopez, the 3rd baseman, picks it up along the line. Heineman easily first to 3rd, and the Bats in business here in the 8th. Back-to-back hits from Heineman and then Schrock to get the inning started. At the corners with nobody out for Mark Payton. 0 for 3 today, has flied out, struck out, and lined out. Righty on left-handed batter. Dixon has allowed 4 hits coming in 3 2/3 innings, a walk, 4 strikeouts. Had spent before this year, as he was signed as a free agent by the Cardinals on June 16th of this year, after originally signing with them as an undrafted free agent in 2006 out of Tusculum, Division II school in Tennessee. First pitch down and into Payton, blocked in the dirt by Sanchez. Both runners hold, ball 1. Had pitched since 2013 in Japan. Nippon Professional Baseball with the Oryx Buffaloes. 215 appearances, 94 starts in Japan. A 3.32 ERA. Last year, 16 saves in 39 appearances, a 3.28 ERA. And Dixon, ticketed to be leaving soon. He will be pitching in Tokyo for the United States Olympic team. And the Olympics coming up that begin later this month. Payton swings and skies one foul. Drifting out of play into the seats, 3rd base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. And need to check if the Dominican Republic has named their Olympics roster yet. We had counted some 7 former Bats going to play in the Olympics for various countries. Pitch. Payton swings and pops it up. Out into short left center. The shortstop Mendoza out. He calls and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. 1 gone for Alfredo Rodriguez. 1 for 3, singled and scored back in the 2nd. Has flied out and grounded out since. Philip Deal no longer throwing in the Louisville bullpen. Edgar Garcia the only one throwing. The righty. The Dominican Republic named its roster 3 days ago. Jumbo Diaz, former bat, a pitcher for the DR squad. Of course, a former Red as well. Next one to Rodriguez, a swing and a miss. Juan Francisco, former bat as well. The pitch, that's low, blocked by the catcher Sanchez. A ball and a strike. So I believe that brings the final total to 9 former bats who will be playing in the Olympics, with Dixon, who will be pitching for the U.S. on the hill right now for Memphis. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball, left side, ranging right, shortstop backhands the second one. Robertson to first, double play. Mendoza to Robertson to Ascanio, 6-4-3, nicely turned. And that ends the inning. 2 hits, 1 man left. We go to the 9th, 3-1 Redbirds. 9th inning, 3-1 Memphis. New pitcher for the Bats, the right-hander Edgar Garcia, the 24-year-old Dominican native. Top of the order for Memphis, Lane Thomas leads it off, righty on righty. First pitch, hit in the air, foul. Back into our right, upper level. Strike 1. Roel Ramirez, the righty, up and throwing now in the Memphis bullpen. Thomas 1 for 4, single back in the first. Garcia, the third Louisville pitcher, is 0-1. Low and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ashton Godot, 3 innings, 2 runs earned on 5 hits, no walks, a strikeout. And now Garcia, who's been really good out of the Bats bullpen, especially after the first couple of weeks of the season. Here's a bouncer foul up the third base line. Kicks around the Bats bullpen. 1-2. Philip Deal has gotten back up and is starting to throw down the left field line in the Louisville pen. Garcia 2-0 with a 3.80 ERA. This is 22nd appearance, a save in his only try. Has allowed 15 hits in 21 1/3 innings. Has walked 13 and struck out 27. 1-2. Low and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia pitching for the second time in this series. He pitched on Wednesday, an inning with a walk and a strikeout. Did not allow a hit or a run as he worked the top of the 10th of that 4-3 Louisville walk-off win Wednesday. Line drive foul down the right field line, bangs into the netting, where Ramirez throws for Memphis in the bullpen. 2-2. But just to clean up the talk about the Olympics, Jumbo Diaz, Juan Francisco, former bats playing for the Dominican Republic. Here's the 2-2. Just off the plate away with a fastball on a full count now on Thomas. John Moscott, Zach Weiss, Ryan Lavarnway, 3 former bats for Team Israel. Sebastian Elizalde, a former bat for Team Mexico, and 3 former bats for the U.S. squad as well. Here's a ground ball foul up the third base line, and the count holds at 3-2. Of course, Tim Fedorovich, Patrick Kivlahan, and Todd Frazier. So 10 former bats taken in to represent their countries among the 6 teams in the Olympic tournament. Pretty cool. First pitch, next pitch, 3-2, grounded to third. Good stop wide of the bag by De Leon. Spins around, gets up, throws to first in time. Nice play by Michael De Leon to retire Thomas for the first out of the inning. 1 gone for Scott Hurst. 0 for 3, has grounded into a double play and has walked. He grounded out his last time in the 7th. Righty on left-handed batter here. Jose Barrero in the Futures game. Bottom of the first inning, second batter, home run to give the NL a 1-0 lead. First hit of the game, I believe either way, as that pitch is fouled off. Strike one on Hurst. We've seen him do that a couple of times in a Bats uniform in the first couple of weeks with the team. Hammered one out. Probably going to be a lot of home runs between the Futures game and the All-Star game and the Home Run Derby. That should be entertaining out there at Coors Field tomorrow night. Here's a chop up the first baseline. Fair ground right behind the bag. Heineman fields, feeds underhand to the covering Garcia. Hurst retired 3-1, 2 outs. But they're evidently not, as they usually do, going to put the baseballs in the humidor tomorrow out there in Denver, and that should make them fly even more. So that should be fun. Flying already in the Futures game. Congrats to Jose Barrero going yard. 104 off the bat, traveled 426 feet. He can absolutely get into them. Here's Ali Sanchez, righty on righty. The first pitch, a strike. Sanchez 2 for 4, doubled and scored his last time in the 8th. Garcia trying to put the Redbirds away in order and send this game to the bottom of the 9th. 0-1. Sanchez reaches down, pops it up, foul off of first. Heineman races over, but it's about 5 rows into the seats, out of play. Now 0-2. Garcia had that long run of appearances without allowing a run. $12 straight. Scoreless his last time out, 13 of his last 14 scoreless. He delivers a fastball low, 1-2. Straight scoreless outings after having allowed at least 1 run in 4 of his first 7 appearances. Absolutely had it click. You heard Pat Kelly talk about that pregame. 1-2, low and away, picked out of the dirt by Gale. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking in on the Reds in Milwaukee, a 1-0 lead still over the Brewers. That game in the bottom of the 4th. The Reds could win. They would go into the break only 4 back of Milwaukee for first in the NL Central. Ground ball left side, just past the glove of De Leon. A smash that way, and it gets through into left field. And that is scored an error on the third baseman, De Leon.
Left fielder, number 19.
Second Louisville error of the day. So Sanchez runs with 2 outs on the error. Here comes Pat Kelly out of the Louisville dugout, headed to the mound. The lefty Deal getting ready in the bullpen. The lefty Capel coming to bat. PK makes the call to his bullpen to make the pitching change. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Match Cigar Bar, a timeless classic. Voted the #1 bourbon bar in Kentuckiana by Louisville.com and boasting over 100 top flight bourbons and ryes, as well as other whiskeys, spirits, beer, wine, and classic cocktails. Come try our famous cigar box, smoked old fashioned at Match Cigar Bar. The lefty Deal coming in, a pitching change. 1 on, 2 out. We're in the top of the 9th. Memphis with a 3-1 lead and a pitching change. We'll come back with more in a moment. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD. New pitcher for the Bats, the left-hander Phillip Deal. He gets the left-handed batting Connor Capel. First pitch swung on and missed. A pitch down and away, strike 1. 1 on, 2 out, top of the 9th. Memphis with a 3-1 lead. Deal, the 4th Bats pitcher, Edgar Garcia, 2/3 of an inning, no hits, no walks or strikeouts, no runs so far. He's responsible for the man at first, Sanchez, who reached on the error. The 0-1, that's up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Capel 2 for 4 with a home run in this game. He homered back in the 2nd. Deal 2-0 with a 2.52 ERA. This is league-leading 27th appearance. Has allowed 24 hits in 25 innings. He's walked 4 and struck out 33 in 25 innings this year. How about that ratio? There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-2 on Capel. Gets the lefty-lefty matchup here and trying to send this game to the bottom of the ninth. Big shift on now for Capel. 3 to the right side of the infield with a second baseman Schrock playing out at short right. The third baseman De Leon, the only man on the left side. 1-2 pitch. That's low. Capel started to, but laid off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking ahead to the bottom of the ninth, Bats will have 6, 7, and 8 in their batting order. De Leon, Gale, and then the pitcher, so presumably a pinch hitter in that spot. We'll see how Pat Kelly plays it, with likely a righty on the mound in Ramirez. 2-2. Capel takes low and away, and the count full. Payoff pitch, runner goes, swing and a miss, inning over. An error, 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Memphis 3, Louisville 1. Bottom of the ninth, 3-1 Memphis. Bats trying to pull off a comeback in the home ninth. New pitcher on for the Redbirds, the right-hander, Raul Ramirez, the 26-year-old from Laredo, Texas. He gets Michael De Leon that started off. The switch hitter bats left against the righty. First pitch swung on and fouled back to the net. Strike 1. A fastball at 94. Brandon Dixon in inning, 2 hits, no runs for Memphis. And now Ramirez, who is 0-1 with a 4.50 ERA. This is 20th appearance, gunning for his first save and his first opportunity. 28 innings, 26 hits, 8 walks, 30 strikeouts. 0-1. Just tied to De Leon, 1 ball and 1 strike. We saw Ramirez earlier in this series. He pitched here on Tuesday in the series opener, an inning, 2 hits, an unearned run with 3 strikeouts and a wild pitch. 1-1, swing and a miss on a pitch down, 1-2 on De Leon. Brantley Bell has come out on deck for the Bats to pinch hit for Rocky Gale. Dowry Moretta, the righty, starting to loosen in the Bats bullpen in the event he is needed. 1-2. Line drive pulled foul right field side. Just a hair out in front of it was De Leon. And the count holds 1-2. De Leon hitless today, walked in the second, has grounded out his last 2 times up, trying to come through in a big spot. He's been able to do that a couple of times this year for Louisville and trying to pull one off here. Bring the tying run in. Bats need a base runner. 1-2. Up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Memphis trying to pick up a second straight win following a 3-game skid at the hands of the Bats. Here's the 2-2. De Leon swings and pops it up. Third base side. The third baseman Lopez in on the grass, and he makes the catch. 1 out of the inning. And now the pinch hitter Bell. I beg your pardon. It'll be Bo Taylor to come to bat now. Bell stays on deck with a pitcher spot due next.
Number 16, Bo Taylor.
So the left-handed batting Bo Taylor hits against the righty. Taylor in from the left side. First one to Taylor. He takes a strike. Shortstop Mendoza playing up the middle just to the third base side of second. The second baseman Robertson is out in short right. Taylor hitting .222 on the year with 3 home runs and 16 RBIs. He takes a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Ramirez from the stretch. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball at 96 for the second out. 4 strikeouts in the game for Memphis pitching. And the Bats down to their final out. And Brantley Bell is on to pinch hit.
Batting for the pitcher, number 12, Brantley Bell.
Bell, right-handed batter. Hitting in the pitcher spot, 216 on the year with 8 doubles and 13 RBI. Righty on righty. First one to Bell, and it's in for a strike. Bell trying to reach with 2 outs to bring the tying run in. Bats got back-to-back singles to start the bottom of the 8th, but a double play into the threat. The 0-1 swung on and missed, 0-2, and now the Bats down to their final strike. Ramirez works from the stretch. 0-2. Up high, Bell able to lay off the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Memphis trying to salvage the final 2 games in this series. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a ball down in the dirt. Picked up by Sanchez. Throws to first. Strikeout 2-3. Ball game over. The Redbirds take the final 2 in the series. They defeat the Bats today by the final score of 3-1. We'll come back with all the totals in a moment. This is Bats Baseball on 790 KRD.